want to learn how to use the laser cutter?
We're going to show you how.
We're here at Høgskoleringen 3, outside our beautiful Lucas workshop.
I'm Lucas, this is Henrik. Come on with us.
Welcome in. Alright, so this noisy place is the laser room. It's connected to the workshop over there. The lasers, they function only in the closing hours of the workshop, but you can use the room whenever you want if you have this card. So the lasers are positioned here. We have two, and we're going to show you more about it.
Remember to book to use the workshop. So let me explain, Henrik. So first, you got the power outlet, the ventilation, your laser 1, ventilation 2, laser 2, and the control panels, which you'll find in here. If this one is closed and locked, it means you cannot use laser for the moment being. It's because it's only open during opening hours. So yeah, let's go through what you have to do. So first things first, we need to turn everything on. There's a checklist right here for the laser cutters, and you can follow them if you have forgotten anything. Be sure to read them carefully. So first, you want to turn on everything by choosing the outlet for the laser you want to use. We're going to use number 2, which it says here. So we're plugging it in. You'll hear the laser turning on.
Definitely.
And then you want to turn on the ventilation, which you'll turn on down here on this black button. And you'll definitely hear it when it starts.
Definitely.
There you go. These are the main control panels, which you use for each laser. Laser number 1, laser number 2. It says on the button here. But before we use them, we need to turn on the laser as well, which is over here. There's a blue button on the side and a white button on top. There you go. So now everything is turned on, and we need to calibrate the laser for your material in order to laser it, which you will want to do with this fella.
When you're calibrating the laser, you have to check that everything is in its place. So open it up by grabbing these handles, or one of them. Oh no! Someone's been naughty, naughty, naughty. These sticks are holding material. If it's in the wrong place, in the wrong position, it's gonna grab hold of the laser head, and that's not good. So let's place them back where they should be. Alright, and you can see the laser is all the way up in the right corner. This means that the axis over here, this is the x-axis, and the y-axis is of course perpendicular to the x-axis. So let's start by calibrating. So this is how the control panel looks now. We're gonna press the shift button until the green arrow appears, and then we're gonna click the home button. This is gonna take quite some time if the laser is all the way in the left corner or whatever, but it's in the right corner, so it was fairly quick. Alright, then I think we're ready.
So you got 3 different materials that you can use on the laser. You got poplar, which is 4 millimeters. You got MDF that is 3 millimeters, and you got cardboard from 1 till 3 millimeters, all which corresponds to what you'll find in the Python script. We're going to use 3 millimeters of MDF. You're going to use your material by opening the lid, placing your material, and then you need to fasten and secure it. And for that you need some tape.
Alright, so we placed the material and we've taped it down. We do this in order to make it flat, because if the material is too far from the laser, it's not going to cut through, and if it's too close to the laser, it might burn. So after you've done that, you will have to place the origo of your rhino file. As we told you, the x-axis is here and the y-axis is here. So this point is going to be your 0 in your rhino file. You do so by moving on these keys, the arrows, number 4, number 8, number 6, number 2. The 4 and the 6 is the x-axis, and the 2 and the 8 is the y-axis. So when you start to move it, you're going to see the laser head move. That's the x-axis, and then you have the y-axis. So let's make sure it's completely down in the origo, or at the edge of the material. And if you want the pace to be slower, you see here that it's on fast. If you click this button right here, it's going to change to medium and slow. When you're this close to the corner of the material, you can do slow and make sure that it's completely on the edge. And then you will have to make a new origo. You do this by clicking this button right here. Set home position here. Yes, home set. But maybe you're wondering if your material is straight, because in your rhino file you have a straight x-axis and y-axis, of course, and the material has to be parallel to this in order to make it cut straight. So you can do this by moving the head on the x-axis and check if the head moves along the edge, or you can take a measuring tape and measure the distance from the material into the edge of the laser. If you want to go back home, you press this green button without the shift, which we use for the calibration, and it moves back to the origo. And now I think actually we're ready to adjust the laser head, because the laser beam, it works in a cone, and you have to make sure it's focused. You take this piece, which is 6 millimeters, and then you have to come a little closer, and you focus the laser by taking hold of the head, untightening these screws so you can move it up and down carefully. You place it down on the plate, and then you screw them back on. Do not press too much, and do not tighten it too hard either. There we are. So now we've got the home, and we've got it focused. I think that's it. I think we're ready to laser.
To laser your file, you need to load your file, and you do so with the main control panel. Let me show you. So you'll press the portable computer here, button here, and you'll find the folders that are connected to the Dropbox. We're going to use Henrik's folder, which is right there. Choose it by clicking here. And within the folder you'll find the laser file. By clicking so, you'll get a preview of the Rhino file you made. If it doesn't look like your Rhino file, you might have to go back to Rhino and check for mistakes. To run your file and to laser it, you have to press the running man. Before you do so, make sure that the lid is closed and that the ventilation is on. The smoke coming out of MDF is toxic, so make sure that all the smoke is cleared out also before you might even open the lid while after it has been running. So let's run it. So press twice and then it will start. You can see it moving around. First it will engrave everything and then it will cut. You have to make sure to watch the laser at all times because pieces can move and small pieces can fall off or bend up, and if they do so, you can pause it. You can pause it with the pause button, like so. Get the pause menu, and it has stopped. You wait for the smoke to clear up first, of course, and then you can open up the lid and clear out the small pieces without touching the board itself. Then you can close it again when that is done. So you got the pause menu and you can click continue. Then we wait for the file to finish up.
Alright, so the file is finished and we come to the most soothing part of the laser file process. You can turn off the ventilation. Of course, only do this after maybe, it depends on the material, but 2 to 5 minutes should work. Then you can open the lid and look at your file. So come closer. You can see that it cuts through the tape. That's no problem because it's going to cut through MDF, so it's strong enough to manage the tape. And you can see that hopefully the pieces are cut through. If it's not, it's something wrong with the laser or you've chosen the wrong layers, so ask for help. So we can see here, so we can pick the pieces out without a problem, and there you have it. You've lasered your file. You've taken out your model. It looks great, right? But you have to make sure that everything is out. So make sure that the sticks are in its right place. Remove all bits and pieces of tape. And make sure that in this box right here, pieces that have fallen down, may still be here, so take them out. This usually happens if you have a very detailed model. And once it's all cleaned out, you can shut down the laser. Before you do that, make sure that you drive the laser head all the way up to the maximum Y and X axis, so it's easier and faster for the people coming after you to calibrate. Then you press the menu button, go down to the shutdown button, and then you shut down the machine. Wow, it's okay to power down. Then you just reverse the shut on procedure. You press the activation of laser head button, which is the white one here, and then you take off the blue switch. What we've actually forgot to tell you is that the emergency button is over here. Press that if it is actually an emergency, and don't lean on it, because if you lean on it in the middle of a file, you can just have to start over again. So you shut down the laser, and then you have to shut down the ventilation, which we already did, right? put in the control panel, make it stay safe, throw away all the pieces in the garbage, and take out the cord. Wow, nice.
Nice.
So that's how we do it. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, just ask us or ask the personnel in the workshop. YouTube is a very good source of information when it comes to lasers. You can laser many different things, but just make sure that you stay safe. All right, see you.